Our mission is to visit 48 states in the US with our Volkswagen ID bus. Along the way, we want to debunk the myths of EV road tripping, highlight the charging infrastructure, and discover real stories behind this country. This time we're traveling through Wyoming, state number 18. You will see national parks, cowboy traditions, the spirit of the Wild West, and the living culture of indigenous communities.
Crossing in from Montana, our first stop was Jackson Hole. It felt like a luxury version of the Wild West. We met up with friends here to explore the Tetons and Yellowstone and even went to our very first rodeo. While it was an eye-opening experience, Servan and I agreed it would also be our last. Interesting to see once, but not something we want to support again. Later in the trip, we found a town that felt more like an authentic slice of the West, Cody. But first, the Grand Tetons. Our visit began at the famous Mormon Row barns, some of the most photographed wood barns in the United States. From there, we headed to Jenny Lake, one of the park's most iconic spots. We hiked a full loop around the lake, which was about 3 hours in total, and halfway through, we even found a spot to jump in and cool off, which was great on such a warm day. After finishing the hike, we drove north towards the border of Yellowstone, where we camped overnight before continuing the adventure.
Hello, good morning.
The next day we entered Yellowstone National Park. After checking into our campground, our first destination was Old Faithful, home to one of the park's most famous geysers and conveniently the only snow charger in the area. Of course we plugged in before heading to explore. As luck would have it, the skies opened up with heavy rain and crowds gathered inside the lodge to wait, and when Old Faithful finally erupted, everyone rushed back out into the storm for a glimpse. The weather wasn't on our side, so instead we explored the historic Old Faithful Inn, built in 1904 and still the oldest standing log lodge in the park. Its scale and craftsmanship are impressive. That evening we relaxed by the campfire, saving our energy for the next day, driving the entire Grand Loop Road, a 105-mile circuit around Yellowstone's most iconic sites. We started from Grand Village Campground and headed north to the Mud Volcano area. The whole place smelled strongly of sulfur. The stinkiest one was the Dragon's Mouth Spring, where steam and water roar out of the cave like a dragon breathing. Along the way we stopped for bison, of course. At one point a bull blocked traffic completely, holding up a car that couldn't pass until it decided to move. Next came Canyon Village. Many visitors skip this stop, but it's one of the park's highlights. The Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone and its waterfalls are both powerful and breathtaking. From there we continued to the Grand Prismatic Spring. Its vibrant colors come from heat-loving bacteria that can survive only in its near boiling waters, between 160 and 190 degrees Fahrenheit. A ranger told us that recently a bison wandered into the spring on a foggy day and didn't survive, because the only way to attempt a rescue would have been by helicopter, which would have damaged the fragile ecosystem. The rangers had to let nature take its course. The following day we were leaving for Cody, so we went back to Old Faithful to top up our charge. This time actually we had to wait around like maybe half an hour, because there's just 2 chargers here. They're both slow, and those are kind of like the only ones around this area. And yeah, so Yellowstone is definitely not as car EV friendly. While charging, we explored the trails behind Old Faithful. With better weather this time, the geothermal features and boardwalks were absolutely worth the extra effort, even after a long, exhausting day in Yellowstone.
We left Yellowstone through the east entrance and drove along the river through insane red rock formations before arriving in Cody. First stop, the town's only fast charger. Fortunately, there was a coffee shop right across the street, which gave us the perfect chance to catch up on work.
What's up, fam? We're out here in Cody on the Walmart parking lot, brushing my teeth and going to bed soon.
The next morning, we headed straight to the public library because we were behind on work from the past couple days of exploring. We just arrived at the Park County Library here in Cody, Wyoming. It looks like a great library, but we're first gonna make some breakfast, coffee, get everything ready, and I'll show you our setup because it's a nice little like park area with like recreation. It's really nice. We love libraries on the road because they always have quiet tables and strong Wi-Fi, which makes for the perfect place to work. After a solid work session, we had a lunch break right outside. We're just taking a little lunch break to make food, and it started pouring rain. Like, I think the longest lightning and thunder we've ever heard. Like, the thunder went on for like 2 minutes. It was crazy, like one thunder. So we made pasta, we ran into the bus, and now we're gonna watch a movie.
I'm gonna show mine too.
Or watch an episode of our show with our pasta and take a little break from work, and then we'll finish and head back to work for a little bit.
And you have to check out our new, like, this is the iPad, and I just put it over the screen and it just holds, and now we can just watch.
So it's another one of our living rooms. We have a living room back there and a living room up here. Later in the afternoon, we walked downtown again, and this time everything was open. In the evening, we caught the Cody Gunfight, a free street performance that happens every night from Monday to Saturday. We ended the day at Cody's Recreation Center, partly for a workout, but mostly because we had to shower.
The next day it was time to head south towards Cheyenne for Frontier Days. Before leaving Cody, we decided to charge the bus to 100%. We don't usually do that, but in this case, the road ahead had a long stretch without chargers. Our next stop would be Riverton. Along the way, we passed through Thermopolis, a small town famous for its hot springs state park. There is even a spring with free public access, but with the summer heat already so intense, the idea of a hot bath didn't sound that appealing.
We hit the 10,000 miles. We're at 10,000 miles now. We're right now at Thermopolis in the middle of Wyoming. It's a little state park. It's called Hot Springs State Park. It's it's cute, but if you've been to Yellowstone and you saw already all the geysers, then this is probably just like, it's not that special, but it's so nice to see. So we arrived in Riverton, Fremont County in Wyoming, and we just went to Smith's, got some groceries.
We made like a perfect lunch.
Perfect lunch.
For the heat.
Chickpeas, avocado, tomato, bell pepper,
salad,
and then like a bagel cheese with, what is it called? Cream cheese. And then, and yerba mate. Some mate for the energy, and then we're gonna go to the library to get some work done. So perfect before work session, huh? Tay? What do you think? Great.
It's perfect.
Yep.
So basically what I was trying to do is I was trying to get all the done pictures together.
We just finished working another day in Riverton, in the Riverton Library, and I just finished a video when we went camping with Nico at Lake Tahoe, and yeah, just uploading it now, but the Wi-Fi at the library was not good enough, so I had to now switch over to my phone service, but it says it takes 2 hours. Now we're gonna cook some dinner and enjoy the rest of the day.
By the time we left the library in Riverton, it was already close to 7 p.m. So the rest of the day was simple. We stopped at the Charger, cooked dinner, watched a show, and then drove to our overnight spot. The next morning, we continued south to Casper, and honestly, most of the day disappeared into errands like doing laundry at a local laundromat. What I do remember clearly is the evening. While making dinner, we struck up a conversation with a trucker and a couple who stopped to ask us about the buzz and EVs in general. If you're watching this, it was great talking to you. That night, we parked once again at Walmart for the night.
We are in Casper right now at the Electrify America charging station, and we want to make it to Cheyenne, which is around 180 miles away. And we first charged till 80%, but we wouldn't be able to make it, and we would have to stop somewhere in nowhere to charge at a slow charger.
We decided, I think, that we charge to 100%, and then we're just gonna drive all the way there to the Electrify America that's a little bit out on the outskirts, and now we can make it without having to stop at like a level 2 charger and sit there for a while. So yeah, it worked out great, but it's interesting, on that stretch of road there's not a lot of chargers, something new for us. So
Yeah.
In Cheyenne, our first stop was the free coffee and pancakes breakfast, a tradition that draws hundreds of people each morning during Frontier Days. After sharing breakfast, we headed over to the public library.
Welcome to our private room.
in the evening, we headed to Cheyenne Frontier Days. We arrived early and parked nearby in a neighborhood. Cheyenne Frontier Days is an event that happens in Cheyenne every year and gave us an interesting perspective into Western culture. Our favorite part was watching traditional Northern Arapaho and Ogala Lakota dances and drum circles. We were impressed to see that in Wyoming, the indigenous communities are also given space at events like these.
After the performance, we made our way out and noticed dozens of residents around the area charging visitors to park on their property. We were glad we saved that money and spent it on something better.
What are we doing?
We're going to get burgers.
Burgers. And our bus is still parked well. How do you like your burger?
It's good. I like that it's like a fillet of salmon rather than a patty. Because sometimes the patties are too salty, but this is really good.
Yeah.
That evening, we got ready for our final night in Wyoming. Since we would be leaving for Colorado the next morning, we stopped at a free charger nearby before heading to our familiar overnight spot.
Another night at the Walmart parking lot here in
Cheyenne.
Cheyenne or Cheyenne?
I don't know
Yeah.
people pronounce it.
Yeah, it's like probably our 5th or 6th night in a row. We've been literally sleeping at Walmart's parking lots forever, the last 6 nights or something. Yeah, there's like 2 Walmarts in Cheyenne. Last night we stayed at the other one. This night we're staying here. And yeah, Taylor was downloading a movie right now because she wants to watch a series she planned on watching for a while.
The next morning, before leaving for Colorado, we joined the crowds lining the streets of Cheyenne for the Frontier Days parade, a tradition that fills downtown with marching bands, horses, wagons, and a ton of other performances.
Travel has a way of grounding you. It's a reminder that there's always more to learn. Our 48-state journey continues, but the lesson here is simple. If you keep your eyes open, the road will always surprise you. And that's exactly why we're doing this, to prove that road tripping in an EV is not only possible, but it's one of the best ways to explore this country. Thanks so much for watching and coming along with us. Every view, every comment, every bit of support keeps us rolling towards the next state.